Welcome to Oaks Field at Foxcroft Academy for tonight's action between Foxcroft Academy and Madison High School. Chris, we've got some quarterfinal action going on tonight here at Foxcroft Academy. Football season's starting to wind down, but the temperature, both literally and figuratively, starting to heat up here in the state of Maine.
Yeah, it's a nice night out here at Foxcroft Academy, and defending state champion Ponies, trying to defend their crown, and here we are in the playoffs. One and done if you lose, so it's going to be exciting tonight.
That it is balmy is what some might say about to describe this weather out here, Chris. Beautiful weather we're having. And, Chris, what are you expecting to see out here? We know that there's going to be that playoff level of intensity. We've seen Foxcroft a few times this year and some of the things that they've been able to do out there. What are you expecting to see from both sides in terms of the competition, competitive level, and overall what we're going to see tonight?
Well, I think, the regular season games, we've been here to see Foxcroft quite a bit this year, and you expect pretty much the same from them. They have a lot of weapons offensively. We have not seen Madison, but we expect, obviously this is a quarterfinal playoff, so we expect their best.
Yeah, absolutely. And we got the chance to talk to both coaches before the game, and Coach Morshed for Madison was kind of talking about how this whole season they've kind of been a younger group, and they only have 2 seniors listed on the roster that I have available to me. And for them to be able to get this level of playoff experience is going to be not only a great opportunity for them in the present moment here tonight, but it's also just great for these younger kids to, feel that level of playoff intensity and get that hunger for it and want to get back here next year and the years after, as they do also have a lot of sophomores on this team. So really young group on one side. Ponies, a little bit more experience. They've been there, done that. Had at one point this season the longest unbeaten streak in the state of Maine. That was broken up this year by Lisbon here at Foxcroft Academy in a game we had. But it's kind of a tale of 2 teams in that regard. One side, a lot more of experience, understands what this moment is like, and I expect to see that play out on the field as well. But like you said, Chris, it's all going to be quality competition. Anytime you get to the playoffs, that's what you can expect out there on the field. We want to thank you again for joining us on this broadcast, Eastern Maine Sports, and joining us for the Maine Highlands Federal Credit Union pregame show. Stick around. We're going to come back in a few moments following some commercial messages. We're going to bring you the end of this Maine Highlands Federal Credit Union pregame show, talk about a few more things, and get ready for tonight's action. Stick around.
We're busy with places to go, things to do, people to see. Let Maine Highlands Federal Credit Union make managing your money easy with mobile services, bill pay, Apple Pay, mobile deposit, and more. We're as close as your phone. Now serving all of Piscataquis, Penobscot, and Somerset counties. Maine Highlands Federal Credit Union. Personal service, shared value. MHFCU.com.
Brothers Meats is a family-owned and operated business located in Guilford, Maine. We operate a local retail meat market along with a slaughterhouse, smokehouse, and processing plants. Herring Brothers has all sorts of meats from already pre-cut all the way to cutting it right on the spot for you. Also, while you're there, don't forget to try their wicked good beef jerky that is made right in Guilford, Maine. Call them at 207-876-4395 or visit them at 346 Water Street Monday through Saturday from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m.
Sluggers Baseball and Softball Training offers a variety of classes and leagues to expose you to a wider view of the game. Sluggers leads the way in baseball and softball training with industry-leading technology such as Hit Tracks that combines a traditional batting cage experience with modern analytics, all from the virtual diamond of your favorite ballpark. Check out Sluggers today on Facebook, schedule online, or call 207-951-2250 to start your journey with the best training staff around. Excellence starts at Sluggers.
And stop by Kimball Insurance for all your insurance needs. Whether it be auto, home, farm, business, life, or health insurance, we have you covered. Our agents are ready to serve you and help you with your needs. Visit us at Kimball Insurance at 91 Main Street in Sangerville, Maine, online at KimballInsuranceAgency.com, or visit us on Facebook to see what we can do for you. Kimball's, your insurance is our business. To Rouse Garage in Dover Foxcroft to discover the difference between walking into a local dealership versus a big dealer that uses high-pressure tactics the second you drive onto the lot. From selling you a vehicle to servicing your vehicle, Rouse Garage will treat you like you are the only customer. While you're there, check out their state-of-the-art automatic car wash. Riles Garage, call them at 207-564-3434 or visit them at 191 East Main Street in Dover, Foxcroft, Maine.
Ames Chiropractic Wellness Center is a practice that specializes in treating a variety of different conditions. We treat patients daily who suffer from chronic lower back and neck pain, headaches, repetitive stress disorders, work injuries, sports injuries, and more. Dr. Rick and our entire team at Ames Chiropractic are excited to welcome you to our brand new Bangor office located at 43 Longview Drive, right behind Olive Garden. Ames Chiropractic Wellness Center, helping you to naturally feel and be your very best.
Welcome back here to Oaks Field at Foxcroft Academy, where the Foxcroft Academy Ponies are getting set to take the field here for tonight's quarterfinal action. While they're doing that, Chris, maybe you can run down some of the happenings tonight and recently around in the local area of sports.
Yeah, a lot of playoff football action going on, and playoffs going on all around the state this weekend, state championships in soccer and field hockey as well. But Class D, which we're seeing here tonight, the other quarterfinals going on. The winner of this game will face the winner of number 5 Poland at number 4 Winthrop. And then number 6 John Baptist is playing at number 3 Lisbon. And number 7 Oak Hill at number 2 Freeport is the other quarterfinal. And another local team that's had a great season playing for the 8-man regional final tonight, Orono playing Stearns up in Millinocket.
We had that game last week. You can check out the broadcast that we had. There were some technical issues, so there's a few different feeds up from that on our channel as the Foxcroft Academy Ponies take the field. But last week they faced off against the Dexter Tigers, who had the longest undefeated streak in the season following the Ponies, as I mentioned earlier in the broadcast, following that loss for Lisbon, against Lisbon. So Orono's peaking at the right time, playing well. I expect that one to be a great game, though. But tonight, expect this one to be a great game. Starting lineups on the way. The national anthem will follow. Once those start, we're going to pass it off to the public address announcer, Toby Nelson, here at Foxcroft Academy. He'll let you hear all the names. The national anthem will occur, coin toss, and then some fun, Chris.
Playoff football and high 50s here in Dover tonight. Perfect weather. We're going to have 70s over the weekend. Perfect weather for state championships.
Exactly what you'd expect from November in Maine, right, Chris?
Exactly, yep.
All right, and with that, going to pass it off to Toby Nelson for the starting lineups tonight, as well as the national anthem to follow.
Academy Ponies. Foxcroft Academy and Madison are both proud members of the Class D Campbell Football Conference, and we value sportsmanship. We ask that you cheer positively for the players involved, as well as the coaches and officials involved in tonight's game, and enjoy it here at Oaks Field. Now let's welcome the visiting Madison Bulldogs to Oaks Field. Madison is coached by Danny Morshead. And now the starting offensive 11 for your Foxcroft Academy Ponies. Starting tonight at center, junior number 5, Jack Caruso. And left guard, junior number 51, Logan Walton. And right guard, junior number 75, Hunter McSorley. And left tackle for the Ponies, senior captain number 52, DJ Shield. And right tackle, sophomore captain number 66, Derek Chase. And wide receiver, freshman number 11, Lucas Sands. And the other wide receiver, junior number 25, Jackson Smith. And slot back for the Ponies, junior number 4, Jaden Richard. And the other slot back, senior captain number 2, Caden Crocker. And running back, senior captain number 14, Cameron Chase. And quarterback tonight for the Ponies, junior captain number 6, Wyatt Rayfield. Foxcroft Academy is coached by Danny White. He's assisted by Gary Worthing, Ryan Banker, Dave Henderson, Mike Niles, and Ryan Stroud, and Ryan Taylor. We ask you all please rise and remove your hats to the playing of our national anthem by the Foxcroft Academy Band under the direction of Mr. Josh Guthrie.
All right, Chris, we've had this starting lineup, the national anthem. Now we prepare for the coin toss and then some exciting quarterfinal action here tonight at Oaks Field.
Always good. Playoffs are here, and one of the most exciting times of the year. And the fans here on the Foxcroft side have definitely turned out in big numbers, and looking forward to some playoff football here, Zach.
Absolutely, and want to mention a few things. Maybe it is beautiful weather out tonight, but Chris and I were down on the field earlier. It's a tad moist and a little bit wet. Maybe some slippery potential conditions out there on the field, but I assume once this one gets going that will be a non-factor. But important to mention, at least at the start of tonight's action. Other than that, you can't get better weather than this for a late football season, early November in Maine. I mean, this is unusual, but I am not complaining up here in the booth right now. I will take this. Definitely.
It's a little bit of dew on the grass there where it has cooled off since this afternoon, and the sun's gone down, and a little bit of dew, a little bit of slick footing there on the field, but once these guys get started, I don't think it's going to matter much.
I agree with you there, Chris. Looks like the coin toss has been made. We'll see who's going to start this one off tonight. All right, waiting for the signal here. And the Bulldogs, they're going to start off with the ball tonight. Assume that means the Ponies won the toss there, elected to defer, I would assume. Didn't quite see the signal on that, but if I was a betting man, that's what I'd say happened, Chris. But with that, both sides come back to their sideline. Should be an exciting one, Chris. Want to run down a few names circled to watch out for tonight for the Bulldogs. You got Xavier Estes, Brody Strout, and Shire Bonito. Those are some of the names that you could watch out for tonight as being impact players. But once you get to this part of the year, anyone can step up at any time. And for the Ponies, Chris, Caden Crocker. As he goes, so go these Ponies. But they have so many weapons that it doesn't always necessarily feel that way. But when he's on his game, which usually is, this team is a tough one to beat. One of the better players in the class, I think that'd be fair to say, dating back to even last year and some of the things he's been able to do on the football field. Jaden Richard, Kemsley Marsters, who's going to get the kick going for us tonight. Wyatt Rayfield, Cameron Chase, DJ Shield, especially what he can do defensively. This Ponies team, as Coach Morshed said before the game started for the Bulldogs, this Ponies team has a lot of weapons, so they're difficult to defend in that respect.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And we know the skilled players from Foxcroft, the guys that mostly see the ball a lot, but I think we forget about some of those big guys up front, Jack Caruso, Logan Walton, DJ Shield, Garrett Chase, Hunter McSorley. We forget about those linemen that make a easier job for the quarterback and the running backs.
That they do. Is one thing we don't forget is that Kemsley Marsters can kick it out the back of the end zone anytime he wants to on a kickoff there. But, no, absolutely, both offensively and defensively, the line for the Ponies has been a dominant force all year, and it's been a lot of the reason why they've had this continued level of success, being able to keep the quarterback, Wyatt Rayfield, up when they're running off some of these better pass plays and getting a lot of their guys open. Give a lot of credit to the offensive line of this Pony squad. With that, the Bulldogs are going to get set to get this one going.
It's going to be junior Brody Strout at quarterback for the Bulldogs. See what the Bulldogs can do here on the first drive.
Coming out with two spread to either side here. Looking like a little screen pass type play just through the hands on our near side. Intended for their Cornforth there. I liked what they were doing there, though, Chris. Getting the quarterback and a little bit of a movement type situation. Not going to let him sit in the back and let this defensive line come to him as they've done to so many quarterbacks this year. Able to kind of get him on the move there. All things considered, though, it's going to bring up 2nd and 10. False start there. That's going to be on Cornforth on our near side. It's going to back up the Bulldogs 5. Cornforth listed 6'3", 175 sophomore. If he continues to grow, it's going to be a tough wide receiver for anyone to contend with. All the same, false start backs them up 5, 2nd and 15. This is one thing that the Ponies have taken advantage of all year, is winning the coin toss, getting the other team in a poor field position type situation and starting in near midfield, oftentimes even better than that. As the roll out there again, Strout, pass on the far sideline, that's caught. Try to see who made that catch over there.
Noah Latin, number 15, made the catch.
Thank you to the public address announcer, Toby Nelson, always keeping us honest up here. Nice jerseys out there tonight, but the white and blue, a little bit difficult for my eyes to catch, especially with those plays on the far sideline. But that brings up 3rd and 6. So decent gain of yards right there.
9 yards he picked up.
Pass intended again here. That one lollipopped over the middle, just past the hands there. It was Jaden Richard. Had the chance to make a play on it, but a couple pass plays to start the drive tonight for the Bulldogs. Give credit to this Ponies defense. Able to get a stop, force a 3 and out. That's a situation, Chris, where the penalty really hurt you. 4th and 6 is a lot different than 4th and 1. Brings up a different type of situation. That one kicks straight up in the air. It's going to take a friendly Bulldog bounce. Getting up right about the 50-yard line. With that, we're going to send it to a quick commercial message. You're watching Maine High School football with Eastern Maine.
And stop by Kimball Insurance for all your insurance needs. Whether it be auto, home, farm, business, life, or health insurance, we have you covered. Our agents are ready to serve you and help you with your needs. Visit us at Kimball Insurance at 91 Main Street in Sangerville, Maine. Online at KimballInsuranceAgency.com or visit.
Welcome back. Both sides came out of that pretty quickly. There's the Ponies. They're going to see what their offense can get going tonight. Only had to run 19 plays last week as Crocker. Little touch pass. He's got a lot of space. Dancing down the Bulldog sideline. Makes a man miss. Stays in bounds. Makes it down to around the 10-yard line there. That's how you get the night started for the Ponies offense. That play has been there all year for this Pony squad. Crocker comes in motion, or a number of men come in motion for this Pony squad. A little touch pass forward, off to the races, almost like a jet sweep.
Yeah, those are the easy completions.
High percentage.
Yep.
Handoff inside. Cameron Chase, he's going to have one man to beat. He does, into the end zone. Ponies, 2 plays. Cameron Chase, he's going to have one man to beat. He does, into the end zone. Cameron Chase, 10 yards into the end zone, and that's what the doctor ordered early for the Ponies in this one. 10:52 on the clock. They've got 6. Marster's looking to make it 7. Now, I believe that one's going to be offsides. Just a hunch there. I assume nobody moved up front. Not much changes in that situation. I mean, maybe you get a little bit closer. You could go for 2. Ponies are just going to elect to try to put another point on the board, get up to 7 off the boot of Marsters. Hold is down, kick is up, kick is good. With that, we're going to send it to a commercial break. Rejoin you after that. You're watching Maine High School football with Eastern Maine Sports.
Sluggers baseball and softball training offers a variety of classes and leagues to expose you to a wider view of the game. Sluggers leads the way in baseball and softball training with industry-leading technology such as HitTrax that combines a traditional batting cage experience with modern analytics, all from the virtual diamond of your favorite ballpark. Check out Sluggers today on Facebook, schedule online, or call 207-951-2250 to start your journey with the best training staff around. Excellence starts at Sluggers.
Welcome back here to Oaks Field. 7-0 to score. Ponies capitalize early. Only took them 2 plays, Chris.
Yeah, very impressive again by Foxcroft. They just have so many weapons. You saw just 2 of them on that one, but give credit to the Ponies opening up the scoring here in just 2 plays. And again, it was their defense that set up their offense there.
That it was. Marsters, he's going to kick that one on the ground. It's going to be fielded by the Bulldogs. Decent amount of space to work with. Lowers the shoulder. That's how you fight for every yard there, Chris. Noah Ladden.
We have one of the games in Southern Maine that has reached the half tonight. It's the large school 8-man game between Yarmouth and Mount Ararat, and that was 12-12 at halftime. So a little early start at Mount Ararat tonight, and they've reached halftime already.
Lots of quality football and playoff action going on tonight as we enter the latter half of the football season. We'll give you updates as we can from around the league and the exciting action happening out here tonight as well. Another passing situation here. Good job there by the Ponies, able to put some pressure on Strout there. There's a few guys got into the backfield, DJ Scheel among them. Also involved in the backfield there is Garrett Chase. And this really is when the Ponies are operating at full capacity, when they can force you to kick the ball or just be backed up in your own field position, allow their offense to have great field position, which their offense is so explosive, it's difficult to stop wherever they are. But this is their style of football on display right now. Another pass here. That one tipped off the hands. Intercepted following the tip. Gonna be able to walk into the end zone there. Jaden Richard. Christmas came early. Jaden Richard off the tip. Able to take that one in the end zone. Came off the hands of Estes there. Pass just a touch high. Richard, he knows what to do with it. So that score came 20 seconds following the previous score by this Ponies squad. Marsters looking to add one more. Kick is up. Kick is good. With that, we're going to send it to a commercial break and rejoin you following that. You're watching Maine High School football with Eastern Maine Sports.
To Rouse Garage in Dover Foxcroft to discover the difference between walking into a local dealership versus a big dealer that uses high-pressure tactics the second you drive onto the lot. From selling you a vehicle to servicing your vehicle, Rouse Garage will treat you like you are the only customer. While you're there, check out their state-of-the-art automatic car wash. Rouse Garage, call them at 207-564-3434 or visit them at 191 East Main Street in Dover Foxcroft, Maine.
Welcome back here to Oaks Field. The Ponies, not even a minute and a half into this one, they've got 14 points. Only have had to run 2 offensive plays. Their previous score coming the way of a Jaden Richard pick 6. Marsters, he's set to kick this one away again. Last time out, there was a little bit of a decent return for Noah Land there in the Bulldog side. So Marsters, as you might expect, I think he actually kicked that one through the uprights. Now, that's not a point. That's a rule I'm willing to change there, Chris. I mean, that is just – that should be a point, in my opinion. That's flat out impressive.
Seems like every time we don't talk about his kickoffs, he kicks it through the end zone. But when we do, he kicks it short.
Yeah.
He hears us probably.
He probably does, yeah.
Yep.
All the same, the Bulldogs, unofficially, Chris, I don't think they've run the ball yet. I think we've had straight pass plays so far tonight on the Bulldog side, and they might be in that similar situation here as they're already backed up, down 14-0, not a minute and a half into this one. As we do see a pass there. That one goes to Latin. Good defense there by Chase. Might have got back to the line of scrimmage. Actually looks like he lost a yard or two. Yeah, actually even more. They're going to keep going backwards. 2nd and 13 here.
Good idea, though. Out in the flat, maybe you beat a guy one-on-one and get a good chunky yardage. Just nice play that time by the Ponies. Shut that down.
Also, that's a high percentage type of play.
Popular type play across all levels of football.
Yep. Our camera seems to have gone out. We're working on that, but for now we'll treat it as a radio broadcast. His pass over the middle there. That pass is complete and a good chunk of yards there.
That's Latin again.
Yeah, good job by him. He's getting involved in on the action tonight.
Got 2 receptions, 19 yards. Looking good early.
We understand the camera's out at the current moment. Camera had a little bit of a malfunction there. But for now, we'll treat it as a radio broadcast, and you can listen to Chris and I as we'll bring you this one for a second.
I've always wanted to be on the radio.
And there, we're back.
Okay.
I don't know what that was. The camera decided to not work for a second there, but, life's all good. Quarterback, Strout. That one thrown. Battle for the ball. Crocker almost came away with that. Crocker, you went to the top of the tree there. Able to break that one.
That was a good battle for the ball there.
That was indeed, as Estes, he went to the high point. Crocker, he just jumped a little bit higher.
I was just going to say before our camera came back, I always wanted to be on the radio.
Yeah, well, we can imagine.
Chance for a play,
we can
right?
imagine we were there for a second there, Chris. We understand you want to be able to see it. We appreciate that. Well, hopefully the camera doesn't.
At least the camera's pointed that way
Yeah.
and not at us.
Yeah.
So,
Well, that goes without saying. All the same, another 3-and-out situation. We're at 8:55 remaining here in the first quarter. High kick in the air. Fair catch there by Crocker. He might have had a chance to return that, but I understand the fair catch signal there is well done by the Ponies.
Going to have good field position again at their own 49.
Ball is fair caught at the 49-yard line. Ponies have the first down in their own 49 with 8:49 to play here in the first quarter.
With 8:49 remaining in this one, the Ponies, they're in a good spot early here tonight. Rayfield. He connected with Crocker earlier on tonight. Little pitch there to Marsters. He's got so much speed around the edge there. Makes a man miss, backs up for a second, still on his feet. Battling on that far sideline. He never got brought down. Marsters, not only can he kick it, he's so shifty out there on the field. Tough guy to bring down. Want to take this time to thank one of our sponsors, the Black Bear Crane. Black Bear Crane is a family-owned and operated crane and rigging service provider located in Herman, covering the state of Maine with cranes from 27 to 240 tons. From roof trusses, HVAC units, steel and precast and erection, to modular home and communications equipment. Call 977-BEAR today.
16-yard pickup that time for Marsters. He looked like he was going to get pushed out of bounds and stayed in and picked up a few more yards.
And that'll do. Only the third offensive play for the Ponies so far. As they're going to hand that one off to Kemsley Marsters again. Makes a man miss. Got some space to the outside. Race to the end zone. Marsters. He adds 6 more. Brody Strout was the only guy that possibly could have got there. Ponies, 4 offensive plays, 20-0 at the moment.
Which is kind of rare. Probably not as rare in high school football, but Marsters rushes the touchdown into the end zone. Now he's going to kick his own extra point.
Yeah. Wonder if he feels tired out there after that. Probably not. Probably not, Chris. All the same, good job by the Bulldogs, able to get in there and block that extra point attempt. With that, the Ponies, they lead 20-0 early in this one. We're going to send it to a quick commercial break. You're watching Maine High School football with Eastern Maine Sports. Ames Chiropractic Wellness Center is a practice that specializes in treating a variety of different conditions. We treat patients daily who suffer from chronic lower back and neck pain, headaches, repetitive stress disorders, work injuries, sports injuries, and more. Dr. Rick and our entire team at Ames Chiropractic are excited to welcome you to our brand new Bangor office located at 43 Longview Drive, right behind Olive Garden. Ames Chiropractic Wellness Center, helping you to naturally feel and be your very best. Welcome back to Oaks Field here at Foxcroft Academy. 8:29 remaining in this opening quarter of action. It's 20-0. The Ponies on top.
Again, they've only run 5 offensive plays. Of course, Richard had the defensive play with the interception return as well.
Fairly efficient from the offense tonight, so to speak. Marster set to kick this one away. Bulldogs going to let that one roll into the end zone there. Going to start at the 20 for the Bulldogs. Still unofficially crisp. I don't think the Bulldogs have picked up a first down so far tonight. They've been close.
They have been close a couple times, but yeah, they have not picked up a first down.
I also don't believe they've run the ball tonight. So have had a few successful offensive plays, though. But just looking to string some of those together, pick up some yards here, down 20-0 early. Still a lot of football left, but it's got to start coming at some point.
Yeah, 101 yards for the Ponies on those 5 offensive plays, so pretty efficient number there.
That it is. Another passing situation here. That one well read by the Ponies. Strout didn't have a ton of time there to drop back and find the open man, but overall well covered there by the Ponies. Brings up 2nd and 10 here. If you're Coach Danny White, this is exactly how you wanted to get your team out there. Early start was one of the things that he mentioned to us before the game. They wanted to come out aggressive, come out fast, and come out strong. They've checked off those boxes and some more, Chris.
Yes, they definitely have. And another thing he mentioned to us, too, is making sure everybody stays healthy as well. That was another point of emphasis.
Yeah, this part of the year, everybody wants that.
Yeah.
You know. Another passing situation there, broken up again. Well covered there. I believe it was Richard. You know, he had the pick 6 earlier on. Almost got another one there. Just a little bit out of reach there for Richard.
Strout's still looking good at quarterback, though. He's really got some air under his passes, so he's giving his guys a chance to go up and make a play.
Absolutely is. And, you know, to their credit, they've been right there. It's just been slightly off for them so far early in this one. If they can get some of those connections to go, they'd be picking up chunks of yards here.
There's been a few plays where it's been, you know, one-on-one receiver with the safety or the cornerback, and like you said, if it goes the other way, picking up good chunks of yardage.
That snap mishandled. Looked like Strout was able to get back to it, though. Brings up another 4th down there. 4th and long situation here. Another punting situation for the Bulldogs. With the amount of passes we've had and the amount of scoring, this quarter, we're only at 7:30 remaining here in this opening quarter. Nice kick there. All the way down to Crocker. He's going to field it. So dangerous in open field. He's going to cut all the way across back. Got a few men to beat. Makes one of them miss. Crocker into the end zone. Caden Crocker. And now the Ponies have scored in every facet of the game. Offensively, special teams, defensively, firing on all cylinders early in this one as they lead 26-0. Marsters had his previous attempt blocked by the Bulldogs. Going to try to get this one up and in. Kick is up. Kick is good. And with that, the score up 27-0. Ponies in charge here tonight. We're going to send it to a quick commercial break and rejoin you after that.
Rouse Garage in Dover Foxcroft to discover the difference between walking into a local dealership versus a big dealer that uses high-pressure tactics the second you drive onto the lot. From selling you a vehicle to servicing your vehicle, Rouse Garage will treat you like you are the only customer. While you're there, check out their state-of-the-art automatic car wash. Rouse Garage, call them at 207-564-3434 or visit them at 191 East Main Street in Dover, Foxcroft, Maine.
Welcome back here to Oaks Field. 7:13 remaining here in the opening quarter. Ponies up 27-0 early in this one. You know, all things considered, Chris, you just got to give a lot of credit to the Ponies. The Bulldogs, not necessarily that they're doing anything wrong. It's just the Ponies, they're making plays happen. Give credit to the Ponies' defense, being able to keep their offense in positive situations as Marsters. That time we didn't talk about it, Chris. He still kicked it out the back of the end zone.
Yeah, but like you said, give the Ponies credit. They're just coming out here and showing their full arsenal here in the first quarter.
That they are. They've scored in every facet of the game so far.
Special teams, defense, and offense all have scored a touchdown so far, so looking good for the Ponies.
That they are. We thank you all for joining us on tonight's broadcast. We invite you to subscribe to the Eastern Maine Sports Media YouTube page. That way, if you know, you can always be notified for when we go live. If there's a technical difficulty, you'll be taken to the new stream or at least directed there. You'll also be able to stay up to date with all of our content and all the happenings at Eastern Maine Sports. So definitely ask you to subscribe there.
Long way to go in this game, but we very well could have another semifinal here next week at Oaks Field. So.
We very well might, depending on how this one goes. Right now, it's in the favor of the Ponies. We could very well be back here next week. Still a lot of football to play, but the way the Ponies are playing right now, they're playing well. Timeout taken on the field here. We're going to take it with them and rejoin you after that. You're watching Maine High School football.
And stop by Kimball Insurance for all your insurance needs. Whether it be auto, home, farm, business, life, or health insurance, we have you covered. Our agents are ready to serve you and help you with your needs. Visit us at Kimball Insurance at 91 Main Street in Sangerville, Maine, online at KimballInsuranceAgency.com, or visit us on Facebook to see what we can do for you. Kimball's, your insurance is our business.
Welcome back to Oaks Field here. Ponies, they're up 27-0 early in this one. 7:07 remaining on the clock. If it feels like it's taken a little bit of some time here, it's because I don't believe the Bulldogs have run the ball so far on this one. So offensively for them, it's been all in the passing game. And the Ponies, they've been scoring a lot on their offensive side. I believe, Chris, they've only ran 5 offensive plays. So very efficient from the Ponies. And the Bulldogs, you know, they've had a few moments where it's been just off, execution just off, and they're that close from picking up some chunks of yards here. And if those can start to go their way as this one goes on,
absolutely,
that's what they need to kind of crawl to get back into this one.
Yeah, and like you said, Foxcroft was just the 5 offensive plays, but 2 touchdowns. And then of course the defensive interception by the Ponies as well for a touchdown, and then the punt return by Crocker for a touchdown. So scored in every respect to the game here.
That they have. Is pass intended on the Bulldog sideline over there, broken up. Going to bring up 3rd and 10. Lots going on around the state and in the local area tonight in high school sports, playoff action. The football season is starting to draw to a close here. We'll keep you updated on what's happening in the local area and some of the teams competing as well.
And not that the crowds already wouldn't be good this weekend, but they're going to be phenomenal with the weather. I think they'll be even better than expected. So
that indeed is Bulldogs looking to get something going offensively here. 3rd down situation. Rolling out to his left there was Strout. Just out of the hands of the Bulldogs there, and it's going to bring up 4th and 10. Crocker He's dangerous. He returned the last one of these all the way to the house.
Another big game tonight in Class B. That's a semifinal game. It's Coney and Falmouth. And 7-7 at the end of the first quarter is what the update we just got. So good battle there between Falmouth and Coney, which should be a fantastic game. Has been so far.
That it is. And back deep is just Marsters on this one. Kemsley Marsters set back to return. They're going to go after this one, it looks like, Chris. That one kicked way up in the air there. Takes a bounce, going to land right about the 40-yard line there.
Another short field for Foxcroft Academy.
Don't believe the Ponies have been backed up into their own territory so far tonight.
49 was the closest. They were at the 49,
so
one of those drives, yeah.
By 1 yard per math. Quick math there, Chris.
Impressive.
One thing I'm known for is my quick math skills. They definitely aren't poor. Anyways.
Usually are.
Enough about me. Back to the action. That's what's more important,
usually
right,
our cameraman over here, Mark Kelman, he's usually right on top of that math stuff. So.
Yeah, well, that's what we say at least. Anyways. Ray Field looking to keep this offense rolling. Run right up the middle. Nobody able to bring Finn Holmes down. Good run there by Holmes. Very explosive right up the middle there. 19-yard pickup there for the Ponies. See if they decide to, work the offense a little bit. They've been very efficient so far tonight. They only ran 19 offensive plays last week. So far tonight, haven't had to run many. Finn Holmes in the backfield beside Rayfield here. Rayfield receives a snap. He's going deep along the Bulldogs sideline. That looks like it was intercepted there by the Bulldogs. Great play. Estes over the shoulder, able to corral that one. Intercepted in the end zone. That's going to go down as essentially a touchback. So a little bit of a momentum play there for the Bulldogs. Estes, quite the interception there.
That was a beautiful play. If you would have looked at it, it almost looks like the pass was intended for him, the way he kind of caught it.
Yeah.
Over in the corner of the end zone.
Yep, and he did a great job of,
keeping his feet in.
And finishing the job there, Chris.
Yeah,
Just great control. See if he can translate that, and this Bulldogs offense can translate that into the offensive side. Now they're going to elect to run the ball here. First run of the game, I do believe. So following the great Estes catch, then they start to run the ball. Two sides of the ball, I understand, but.
It was Jacob Helensky with the run for the Bulldogs, sophomore.
A lot of sophomores on this team. As I mentioned during the Maine Highlands Federal Credit Union pregame show, this Bulldogs squad, they've only got the 2 seniors. Spattering of juniors as well, but this overall is a younger team. And, anytime you can get playoff experience, which is one of the things Coach Morshed discussed with us before the game, it's valuable. Being able to play in an environment like this, get that level of experience, it's going to be great for your program. As Strout, he's going to keep that one. Gets knocked out of bounds, loses some yards there. Strout saw he wasn't going to be able to pick anything up there, just decided to make a business decision, just chase that one out of bounds. Probably the right idea you want to see out of your quarterback in a situation like that.
Yeah, just tried to get him out on the run, and I don't know if it was started as a run-pass option, but he decided to keep it and lost yardage on that play.
Brings up 3rd and long, 3rd and 16 it appears. It's going to force the Bulldogs into another passing situation here. Strout, that one looked like maybe a miscommunication there. Maybe a mix-up in routes. There's nobody home there for the Bulldogs. It's going to force 4th and long here and another Bulldogs punt. 5:02 remaining here in this opening quarter of action.
Kemsley Marsters and Keith Carter back deep for Foxcroft Academy.
Crocker on the previous punt went up to try to block one, almost got there. Now he and Marsters both back to return here. That one angled towards the Ponies sideline there. Going to take a soft bounce there, end up around the 35-yard line. Touchdown by Estes. Made the great defensive play on the last drive. Bulldogs going to look for more of that here, as they found one answer to this Ponies offense. Going to see if they can string together some stops here.
Got an early score on the Orono game up in Millinocket tonight against Stearns in the regional final. The Red Riots are up 14-0, continuing their hot play.
Came off a very impressive performance last week over the defending state champion Dexter Tigers. Finn Holmes back to the action here. He took that one up the gut, making men miss. Just dragged down before the end zone there. Looks like he made it all the way down to the 2-yard line. Finn Holmes, you know, with the amount of weapons on this Ponies squad, it's not a name that gets mentioned a ton, but he's so talented on almost any other team. He's number one option probably. I mean, Finn Holmes, the way he runs the football, it's straight downhill. He's not mixing up anything about it. He's coming after you. He's got one thing in mind, and that's finding the end zone. Motion here. Rayfield, a little bit of a shovel pass. Caden Crocker, he's into the end zone for the second time tonight. Ponies, they're up 33-0. Marsters, he's going to get set to attempt the extra point here. He's had one blocked, but that one is true, up and in. 34-0 advantage Ponies. You're watching Maine High School football with Eastern Maine Sports.
And stop by Kimball Insurance for all your insurance needs. Whether it be auto, home, farm, business, life, or health insurance, we have you covered. Our agents are ready to serve you and help you with your needs. Visit us at Kimball Insurance at 91 Main Street in Sangerville, Maine, online at KimballInsuranceAgency.com, or visit us on Facebook to see what we can do for you. Kimball's, your insurance is our business.
Welcome back to Oaks Field here at Foxcroft Academy. The Ponies, they lead 34-0 with 4:18 left in the opening quarter of action.
Yeah, it's been definitely an impressive first quarter here by the Ponies, and coming out strong and looking real good here in this quarterfinal.
That they are, and you know, Chris, there is a lot of football left to be played, but the score, at least at the moment, being the way it is, it becomes interesting to see how Coach Danny White wants to handle, you know, time management for some of these guys. We've seen players like Finn Holmes start to get in there, really shake things up, and you know, make some great plays. To interrupt myself, Marshall's almost again kicked it through the uprights for the second time tonight. Just uber impressed with that player, and Kemsley Marshall's what he's done this year. But back to the point, Coach Danny White, you know, he has to consider the balance between allowing your players to get some experience on the field and stay ready versus the health concerns, which you never want to see that happen with anybody, any point, any time, regardless of who it is or who's playing. But especially at this point in the year, it's definitely something you got to consider.
Yeah, and he did state to us, you know, if they came out and took care of business, you know, some kids might see some time tonight in this playoff game.
Yeah.
So, and that's always good.
As that ball's fumbled in the backfield, looked like it got picked up by the Ponies. It did. Takeaway by the Ponies there. A little bit of a miscommunication, it looked like, on the handoff there. Ball goes back to the Ponies. Chance to add to their lead tonight. Looks like there's a timeout on the field. Looks like, I believe so at least, both sides making their way to the bench. We're going to keep it here and kind of talk about some of the happenings around the local area tonight. Maybe we ran down the list of the games going on tonight, Chris, but maybe if someone wasn't there for the Black Bear Crane or the Black Bear Crane halftime show is coming up, the Maine Highlands Federal Credit Union pregame show, what are some of the games going on tonight?
Well, there's a lot of action going on. We got playoffs all through the state, and back to that Orono game for a second. I have been so impressed with the Red Riots. I mean, they're still in the first quarter. They're up 21-0. They have just, their offense has been, since that quarterfinal against Bucksport, their offense has taken off.
They have become a different team in the second half of this season, and we did do their game last week, and Coach Bob Sinclair mentioned maybe that Stearns game had a lot to do with it, that they played in the regular season, but very impressed with what they've been able to do. But also equally impressed with this Pony squad is Richard. He takes the quick shovel pass. He's going to find the end zone here. Only took a play following the fumble recovery for the Ponies. They're up 40-0. 4 minutes remaining here in the first quarter. Marsters, he's set to attempt the extra point here. Kick is up and kick is good. 41-0 the score here at Oaks Field. The Ponies on top in quarterfinal action. You're watching Maine High School football with Eastern Maine Sports.
Sluggers baseball and softball training offers a variety of classes and leagues to expose you to a wider view of the game. Sluggers leads the way in baseball and softball training with industry-leading technology such as HitTrax that combines a traditional batting cage experience with modern analytics, all from the virtual diamond of your favorite ballpark. Check out Sluggers today on Facebook, schedule online, or call 207-951-2250 to start your journey with the best training staff around. Excellence starts at Sluggers.
Welcome back here to Oaks Field, 41-0 the score right now. 4:07 remaining here in the opening quarter of action. Do need to mention, with the score being more than a 35-point spread, the clock will run. And it's maybe make up for what a long first quarter this has been, Chris. It's been awfully long.
A lot of scoring on the Pony side.
Yeah.
It's, Madison, too, has been throwing the ball a lot. And
yeah, just by the nature of the game, the way it's worked out. It's been a long opening quarter. Marsters, he's going to kick that one. Returnable, though. Opportunity for the Bulldogs here. Good job there by Latin, able to pick up some yards. We've seen him return a few tonight in an impressive way.
He'll be tackled by Shane Gallo up near the 24-yard line. Brings that first down for Madison at the 24.
I was going to say, I thought a 35-point lead.
I think it depends
running
on the
clock
officials as well, though.
I thought it was
It
a
has to
second
be-
half thing or not?
Maybe it could be. It could be.
Second half thing.
I'm
I
not
thought.
super familiar with it, Chris. I'd be lying if I said I was, but
Yeah.
either way, still game to be played here. Either way, so
I think some of that comes between the agreement between
Yes.
the coaches, too, as well. So.
yeah. I'm sure the officials have saying that as well. Either way here, Strout racing to his right. Pass intended there. Going to see if that was broken up by Marsters. Was intended for Estes on our near sideline, Pony sideline.
Strout, though, impressive thrower. Puts
Yeah.
some air under that thing.
He does have the junior quarterback for this Bulldog squad. He does have an impressive arm. Give credit to the secondary of this Pony squad. Able to make some plays and really break up some of these passes, but they've been there.
Yeah, they definitely have. And
Strout out of shotgun again here. That pass intended over the middle, just high. Going to bring up 3rd and 10 here.
Madison struggling to gain yardage. I think we have here on the stat sheet about 6 total yards offensively so far. The plays have been there, though.
Yeah.
They just have not made them.
That they have is it's 3:47 remaining here, and picking up some of these pass plays might be just the way they have to get back into the game here. Pick up chunks of yards. 3rd and 10 here, it appears, from their own 24. Another passing situation here down the Bulldog sideline. Was there for a moment. Incomplete on the far sideline there. 4th and 10 situation now.
I think one of the assistant coaches up here was talking to Toby Nelson, who's the PA guy here at Foxcroft, about rolling the clock here in the first half. And not sure if they're going to, but they're discussing how that's going to work out or how that's going to play out.
Yep. Either way, here we're along for the ride. We'll be bringing it to you. If you're watching this one on Eastern Maine Sports Media, you can subscribe to the YouTube channel. Stay updated with all live game broadcasts that we have for you. Basketball season's quickly approaching. Hope to have some other exciting sports in there as well, as that ball kind of kicked on a line. Returnable, though. Good run there. Lowers the shoulder, picks up some yards. Good return there. Earned every yard on that one was Shane Gallo.
Shane Gallo in the game, yeah, with that return.
This might be some of the opportunity to get some different guys in there, with now the spread being at 41. I can see Crocker and Richard both on the Ponies sideline at the moment. I assume we'll see some other new names in there.
One of the other Class D quarterfinals has gone to the half. That's number 3 Lisbon leading number 6 John Bapps 13-0 at the half there.
Rayfield, he's still in at quarterback for the time being.
I think we might see some new guys in the skill positions though here.
Spattering of new players out there on the field at the moment. Handoff inside. It's Johnson. He's brought down after a gain of a few there. Call it 2 yards. .310 remaining here in the opening quarter of action. Ponies just an overall dominant first quarter. You couldn't ask for a better start out of them in this one tonight. Rayfield has Johnson beside him in the backfield. Shovel pass there. A lot of room to work with. Good blocking downfield. Able to find the end zone. Silas Topolsky there. Topolsky able to find the end zone. And that increases the lead. 47-0 here in the opening quarter of action. Ponies on top. So we saw some new names on that drive, Chris, as we saw, Jacob Johnson, Silas Topolsky, and Topolsky, to his credit, able to find the end zone.
That was one of those pitch passes. That is the, like you said earlier, those are the easy ones to complete.
High percentage there.
Yeah.
Also high percentage is Kemsley Marshers on extra point attempts. With that, 48-0, Ponies on top. You're watching Maine High School football with Eastern Maine Sports. Ames Chiropractic Wellness Center is a practice that specializes in treating a variety of different conditions. We treat patients daily who suffer from chronic lower back and neck pain, headaches, repetitive stress disorders, work injuries, sports injuries, and more. Dr. Rick and our entire team at Ames Chiropractic are excited to welcome you to our brand new Bangor office located at 43 Longview Drive, right behind Olive Garden. Ames Chiropractic Wellness Center, helping you to naturally feel and be your very best. Welcome back here to Oaks Field as the Ponies, they're on top, dominating this one early on, 48-0 the score, 2:39 remaining in the first quarter of action. Silas Topolsky, who took the 40-yard shovel pass there all the way to the end zone.
Another large school game going on in the 8-man. MDI and Waterville are tied 6-6 in the second quarter. Down on the island tonight, Zach.
Quality action all over the place, Chris. That one kicked on the ground. Well fielded there. Returnable.
Ball fielded by Pablo Giddens.
Great job there by Giddens. That one was kind of kicked on either a line or a hop, Chris, and Giddens, well done to control that one.
20 yards on the return. First down, Madison at the 33.
So best field position of the night so far for the Bulldogs here. 2:30 remaining here in the opening quarter of action. It's been all Ponies so far tonight, Chris.
Yeah, they have absolutely dominated, and it's hard to believe we're still in the first quarter, Zach.
It's been a long one, that's for sure, but kind of the way the scoring's been and the nature of the game. It's taken some time, but either way, we're bringing you the action and enjoying every second of it. Loss of 1 on the run there by the Bulldogs. Good job by the interior of this Ponies defensive line, able to snuff that one out. Bulldogs here looking for some offensive momentum, trying to get some positive plays going. You know you're in a tough spot at the moment, but looking for something to get going your way. Is that pass intercepted? Great play on the far sideline there as Gallo, he lowered the boom on the previous punt return. And they're able to make a play on the defensive side of things. Ponies get the ball back, 1:37 remaining in this first quarter. So you never like to say, it's over before it's over, but the way this one's shaping out, at least at the moment, Chris, football's a long game. Lots of things can happen. If the Ponies, continue the way they're playing right now, we will be back here next week for semifinal action, awaiting the opponent of, I believe it was Poland Winthrop, if I'm correct there.
Yeah, the winner of the 4-5 game will be. Maybe they'll be here.
Right.
Again, it's a long game, and we're still not even through the first quarter yet.
Not there yet, but good run there right up the middle. Smith gets that one across the 50 into Bulldog territory. Overall impressed with the depth of this Ponies team as well. You've seen a few guys in, especially in that previous drive, getting some positive things done. I mean, Gallo's been all over the field. Topolsky, you had Smith there, you had Jacob Johnson earlier on.
And again, it starts up front. And
It
a lot
does
of those
indeed.
offensive linemen play defensive line as well. So a lot of two-way players, of course, in high school football.
You see, nice job here. Nice run to the far side. Landon Smith out of bounds on the Bulldog sideline.
That's Griffin Caruso, too, in at quarterback for the Ponies.
Yep.
So Rayfield for now is on the sideline. Not saying he's going to be done for the night, but Caruso's getting a chance to play in a playoff game here with the Ponies.
That he is, and
again, good experience for these kids to come into a postseason game.
Yep.
On both sides, Madison and
Absolutely.
Foxcroft. So
absolutely, especially with the Bulldogs being a little bit of a younger squad there, is
can only help you going forward. So
that it can. Don't want to knock on wood here, Chris, but 15 seconds remaining in this opening quarter of action. Depending on what happens here, this could very well be the final play of the opening quarter. Not a lot of room to work with, but battling for every yard. Good job, Landon Smith. Picks up some on that run right there, and that brings an end to the first quarter of action. All Ponies early on here, 48-0. You're watching Maine High School football with Eastern Maine Sports.
To Rouse Garage in Dover Foxcroft to discover the difference between walking into a local dealership versus a big dealer that uses high-pressure tactics the second you drive onto the lot. From selling you a vehicle to servicing a vehicle, Rouse Garage will treat you like you are the only customer. While you're there, check out their state-of-the-art automatic car wash. Rouse Garage, call them at 207-564-3434 or visit them at 191 East Main Street in Dover Foxcroft, Maine.
Welcome back to Oaks Field here as we prepare for the start of the second quarter. We got a lot to talk about coming up at the end of this quarter and the end of the first half on the Black Bear Crane halftime show, as it's 48-0 right now.
I've seen high school football games go and be done in an hour and 15 minutes. That first quarter was 50 minutes long.
Yeah, that it was.
It's a long quarter.
That it was, and they threw up 12 on the clock, but that was quite the quarter we had there. And nature of the game, though, you know, one side trying to play their style of football, and the Ponies just able to score. And when those two things collide, a 50-minute quarter can happen, Chris. All the same, Bulldogs are making their way back out onto the field, just looking to see if they can get a stop here. Outside of the Estes interception for the Bulldogs, the Ponies have scored every time they've touched the ball offensively.
I believe this will be a second down play to start the second quarter here for the Ponies. Second down and 4, I believe. They're at the 17-yard line.
That they are. Johnson in the backfield. Side Caruso, handoff to Johnson. Great defensive play there. Bulldogs able to get a stop there, forces third down here. Ponies looking to keep the scoring going here.
Third down and about 4 here.
Although, if this does reach a fourth down situation, I wouldn't say this is outside the range of Marsters here.
No.
I'm not sure what I would say is outside the range of Marsters, the way he can kick the football. So maybe they practice that for a situational type thing there. Caruso able to step up in the pocket, but good job by the Bulldogs. Able to stay after the quarterback there and get the sack. Fourth and 8 here. The offense going to stay out on the field. No initial sign of the field goal unit. Caruso going to try to help his offense pick up a first down here. Fourth and 8.
Yeah, they're going to try to pick up these 8 yards.
More than likely a passing situation here, but I've been wrong before. Topolsky, he goes backwards. Still fighting for every yard. Breaks a few tackles, but went a little too south there. Not able to get far enough north, and that's going to be a turnover on downs as Topolsky ran out of real estate. So the Bulldogs, they come out here looking to get the action started for their offense here in this second quarter. Didn't have much in the way of momentum in that first quarter.
No, 3 turnovers by the Bulldogs in that first quarter. 2 interceptions and a fumble loss, so not a great start. But again, the plays have been there. They just have not made them.
Execution slightly off on a few of the passes we've seen, Chris, but narrowly. There's been a few plays there that if they go the Bulldogs' way, it's a chunk of yards.
Yeah, and again, he passes the ball beautifully. I mean, he puts a lot of air under the ball.
That he does. So out there, the handoff coming on this one. Slew of tacklers on the far side there.
Carry for Madison out to the 25-yard line.
I believe that might have been Carpenter. Hard to make out with the jerseys the way they are, especially when the runs are going away from us. I believe it was Carpenter there in the backfield. Can't quite tell, but either way, decent gain on first down. Picks up 3. You know, you do that every 4 plays, it's a first down. Quick math.
There's your math again.
Second quick math of the night. I mean, I'm changing the narrative out here. The Bulldogs, they're looking to change something and trying to get their offense rolling. Another run up the gut there. Gain of a few might bring up a 3rd and 4, 3rd and 5 situation here.
Griffin Dickey on that carry for the Bulldogs.
3rd and 5 here. Bulldogs still in their own territory. I'm not quite sure how you manage the situation. Should this become a 4th down situation, Chris? I guess it depends on how this play goes here. They might not even need to get that far. Another handoff here. Lot of real estate. Able to, looks like, pick up the first down. Griffin Dickey looked like he picked up the first down. There he did. Chains move.
That's the first down they've had on the evening.
You know, Chris, I have that unofficially, but I do believe that's correct. First down of the evening so far for the Bulldogs, with 8:20 remaining here in this first half of action. So after a predominantly pass-centric, it's a nice tackle there by the Ponies, Dickey brought down in the backfield. After a primarily pass-centric opening quarter, Bulldogs mixing it up, trying to attack on the ground game.
Dickey lost 5 on that one. Again, and talk about those lines, offensive, and those offensive linemen play defensive line as well, so they are just dominant up front.
That they are, and they're asked to do a lot on both sides of the ball, and I mean, to their credit, they achieve.
It's a hard thing to do, stamina-wise, to play both ways, which we see is a normal thing in high school football for those that don't watch a lot of high school football.
Another run here. A few tacklers involved. Looks like it was Chase. A few others.
It's Helensky on the carry.
Brings up a 3rd and long situation here.
Again, high school teams don't have that luxury that, like even a D3 college team would have, where you have 52 guys to choose from,
Right.
So makes it a little bit harder with the smaller numbers. But Foxcroft does it very well. Very well.
They do, and to their credit, they do have a impressive number of kids along their sideline. Looked like a snap was bobbled there by Strout. Jumps on top, and that's going to bring up a long 4th down here. I assume this would be a punting situation. Back to return deep, Gallo, and I believe Topolsky on the other side there.
Yeah, it is Topolsky.
That ball almost blocked there. As the kick, it's going to sail out of bounds at almost exactly the 50 there. The Ponies, they're going to have it at the 55, 57 remaining in this opening half of action. Chris, after a 50-minute opening quarter, it feels like this one's been at a full sprint.
Yeah, absolutely. And Madison ran the ball a few times on that last possession, which helped move the clock a little bit. So, but yeah, it definitely feels like a sprint compared to the first quarter.
A lot of football left to be played here. So far, it's been the Ponies on top. Smith makes a man miss, makes another miss. Got some room there, fighting through tackles, finally dragged out of bounds on the Madison sideline. 29-yard gain there by Landon Smith out of the backfield.
He's got 67 yards on 4 carries. He's been very impressive, and a kid that I don't remember seeing in the previous games we've been up here watching Ponies.
This team incredibly deep in terms of the skill positions and all over the field. The line, go through the secondary. This Foxcroft team, they've got depth. I mean, we've seen Finn Holmes, we've seen Topolsky, Gallo. A few guys here. Is Johnson. He receives the toss, makes a man miss. Looks like he came close to picking up the first down there. Looks like they're going to potentially give it to him. Caruso, he gets a signal from the sideline. Returns to the huddle here. Knocking on the door of the Ponies.
They've had a lot of success with the ground game, especially here lately. They might just stick to that.
As they hand off to Johnson up the gut there. Make sure to stick around on the broadcast here, as there's still 4:30 remaining in this first half of action. But at the conclusion of this first half, we'll have the Black Bear Crane halftime show, where we'll give you some updates on what's happening around the league, as well as some stats from tonight's action as well, to the best of our ability here, unofficially granted. But stick around for that, and we'll give you the updates the best we can. Caruso, pitch to Johnson. Johnson diving towards the end zone. He's in for 6. Jacob Johnson. He gets involved on the scoring tonight. 4:05 remaining. 54 points on the board for the Ponies. Marsters back in. Going to be attempting the extra point here. Marsters, that kick up and in. 55 Ponies on top in this one. Bulldogs nothing. We're going to send it to a commercial break. Rejoin you after that.
And stop by Kimball Insurance for all your insurance needs. Whether it be auto, home, farm, business, life, or health insurance, we have you covered. Our agents are ready to serve you and help you with your needs. Visit us at Kimball Insurance at 91 Main Street in Sangerville, Maine, online at KimballInsuranceAgency.com, or visit us on Facebook to see what we can do for you. Kimball's, your insurance is our business.
Welcome back here at Oaks Field. 55-0 the score. Ponies on top in this one. 4:05 remaining in this first half of action. One more half of football and some change left to play in this one, but if it continues on the way it's going right now, with the Ponies on top, we will have the game next week here between the winner of the 4 and 5 seeds, Poland and Winthrop. And we'll bring you that action here. That's still, to see whether or not this one ends in that manner. A half and some change left to play. Anything can happen. Marsters kicks that one on the ground there. Returnable. Wrapped up for a moment. Great job by the Bulldogs, able to keep battling there.
So you talk about Class D, how they're kind of a class by themselves, all one class. So if we were here next week, it would actually be the equivalent of the regional championship.
Correct.
Because the winner would go to the state game. So, yeah. Ponies, of course, looking to defend their state crown from last year. They did beat Winthrop in the state title game last year. I believe that game was in Bangor. Beautiful new facility there at Cameron Stadium.
That it is. Definitely recommend checking out a game if you've been had the opportunity.
Yeah, definitely going to, be able to use that for many, many things as far as athletic events.
Extremely exciting for the local area. Conversation happening here between the officials. After a brief conversation, set to restart the action here. Handoff out of the backfield. Going south on that one. Believe that was Xavier Willis.
64,
the offensive and defensive lineman there. You know, he is a senior, so that's cool to get the senior involved in what could potentially be their final game. You do like to see that. That's actually pretty cool. As both sides have kind of, you've seen Chris work some new players into this game as this one's gone on.
A couple more games have gone to half. MDI leading Waterville 12-6, and Sanford and Lewiston 21-21 at halftime. Good one down there.
Quality action all around. Xavier Willis again. 3 minutes remaining here in this opening half of action. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 20 situation here. Third and 20 here. I would assume it's a passing style situation.
Third down and long here for the Bulldogs.
Stroud, he takes a snap. Got some air on that one. Ball lands incomplete. He's got a nice arc on his throw, though, Chris.
He does. I think you and Toby Nelson said incomplete at the same exact moment.
Well, jinx Toby. You owe me something? I don't remember how the saying goes, but there's something there.
He does throw a beautiful ball, though. You're right, Stroud. Yeah, he's got some real air under there. That's for sure.
That he does. Back deep to return to Polsky and Gallo. Gallo, he had a nice physical return earlier on in this one. Score is 55-0 advantage of the Ponies. 2:13 remaining here in this first half of action. Taking the time on the punt here. Snap mishandled. Going to be difficult to get that one off. Doesn't look like they will. Bulldogs going to be brought down off of the muff punt there. It's going to bring up a 1st and goal situation here. So with the score being the way it is, we can assume that the second half is going to be running clock type of situation. We try to get a better understanding of the first half running clock rule, and unofficially, not saying that this is necessarily the way it is, but both sides have to agree to run the clock after a certain point in the first half. So that's why we believe it wasn't that way before.
Justin
Gibbs up and into the end zone. Good job by Gibbs.
Number 8, Gibbs. Yeah, 5-yard touchdown run.
That puts the Ponies on top in this one. 61-0. Extra point pending. I don't see Marsters headed out onto the field, so it looks like we're going to have a different kicker in here.
That's very interesting. I haven't seen them do this all year.
I think it's Finn Holmes, maybe.
Yeah,
I believe the one game where Marsters went down with injury, we saw DJ Shield actually out there.
That's right. DJ Shield did kick. That's right.
Kicking the ball, the co-captain for this team.
I think this is Holmes, though.
Snap held. Looked like that one might have been deflected there. All the same, score is 61-0, advantage of the Ponies. Chris, let's not jump the gun yet, but let's talk about some of the things we're going to be talking about at halftime of the Black Bear Crane halftime show. You know, we're going to make sure to hit some points of action from around the league. We've tried to sprinkle those in as the night's gone on. as well as some of the stats from this first half. There's been a lot to keep track of on the Pony side. A lot of different names getting involved out here, but
yeah, I think stat sheet's kind of filling up here. I'll probably just go over maybe a little bit of the scoring recap on who scored touchdowns.
You do an excellent job of keeping those stats, Chris.
They are definitely difficult on paper when you don't have, you're just doing it in a notebook. It makes it really difficult.
But you can find all that information on our social pages as well as our website, Eastern Maine Sports or Eastern Maine Sports Media. If you happen to be watching on the YouTube channel, we kindly ask you to subscribe. That way, if anything goes on in the broadcast, sometimes technical issues rear their ugly head. And anytime we go live following an issue like that, you'll be notified on our YouTube channel. Be able to find all of our content there, as well as future games. It's going to be a very busy winter season, which is quickly approaching, Chris, coming faster than people think.
Coming right up, yep.
And we'll have all that action for you as well on our YouTube page.
I know the University of Maine basketball team start their season on Monday, so it's coming right up. Yep, the women are at James Madison, and I'm trying to think who the men are playing. Nebraska, I believe. Nebraska to open up their season Big Ten opponent. So,
Chris, you were up at the University of Maine today. There was the American East Championship tournament going on at the University of Maine as the University of Maine field hockey team went in the #1 overall seed. What did you see from there today?
Stanford, number 5 seed, really outplayed them, and Stanford advanced. And so did Albany, and they beat New Hampshire. So it's going to be Stanford and Albany in the championship game there on Sunday afternoon.
Exciting things happening all around, just regardless of the division or level. Strout here rolling out to his right. Pass tipped out of the hands there, intended for Cornforth, it looked like.
Of course, Stanford field hockey is no slouch. They previously won 5 American East championships. So
they've been
even though they were a 5 seed, you never know when you get to a tournament.
Very strong 5 seed, that's for sure. 135 remaining in this one, Chris. Sorry.
Yeah, I was going to say Maine just beat them a week earlier in the regular season, but tournament's a little bit different.
Yeah, and sometimes when two teams see each other within that amount of time,
adjustments are made and whatnot. Yep. So just saw them a week ago, and unfortunately for the Black Bears, they had their season come to an end, 14-5, and Poppy Lambert set a record for most goals in a season with 22 and tied a program record for points with 51. So positive there. So
a lot of positives, but saying the season comes to an end today, but as you were saying, Chris, they do have a lot to be proud of. And it's been really a special 2 years for the University of Maine.
They won the American East Championship last year, and then they lost in the NCAA tournament in a heartbreaker, an overtime game. So definitely a lot to look forward to even for the future there.
Yeah, building culture and things of that nature. So those are some of the things going on in the surrounding area. At the college level, we'll have more things on the high school level at the Black Bear Crane halftime show, as there's 54 seconds remaining in this first half. Strout, pass intended deep there. Tipped out of bounds, almost picked off by Topolsky. Bulldogs brings up 4th down here. See if they elect to kick this one away. A few men back for the Ponies. Going to be Gallo and Topolsky.
Another exciting event in Bangor tomorrow is the North Atlantic Conference. Women's and men's soccer at Husson are hosting the championship tomorrow. So they are playing State University of New York Delhi there.
That they are. The Ponies, they came out in a punt return situation. The Bulldogs had different plans. A little bit of some confusion there on either side, but all the same, Strout rolled out to his right. Nothing home. It's going to bring up turnover on downs here. Ponies, they're going to take over. 34 seconds remaining in this first half of action. Expect this to probably be the final play of this opening half of action here from Oaks Field. So going into halftime here, Chris, the Ponies, they're on top. 61-0 the score over the Bulldogs. Stick around, folks. After this, we're going to send it to a quick commercial break and rejoin you for the Black Bear Crane halftime show. You're watching Maine High School football on Eastern Maine Sports.
Sluggers baseball and softball training offers a variety of classes and leagues to expose you to a wider view of the game. Sluggers leads the way in baseball and softball training with industry-leading technology such as hit tracks that combines a traditional batting cage experience with modern analytics, all from the virtual diamond of your favorite ballpark. Check out Sluggers today on Facebook, schedule online, or call 207-951-2250 to start your journey with the best training staff around. Excellence starts at Sluggers.
Brothers Meats is a family-owned and operated business located in Guilford, Maine. We operate a local retail meat market along with a slaughterhouse, smokehouse, and processing plants. Herring Brothers has all sorts of meats from already pre-cut all the way to cutting it right on the spot for you. Also, while you're there, don't forget to try their wicked good beef jerky that is made right in Guilford, Maine. Call them at 207-876-4395 or visit them at 346 Water Street Monday through Saturday from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Go and stop by Kimball Insurance for all your insurance needs. Whether it be auto, home, farm, business, life, or health insurance, we have you covered. Our agents are ready to serve you and help you with your needs. Visit us at Kimball Insurance at 91 Main Street in Sangerville, Maine, online at KimballInsuranceAgency.com, or visit us on Facebook to see what we can do for you. Kimball's, your insurance is our business. Rouse Garage in Dover Foxcroft to discover the difference between walking into a local dealership versus a big dealer that uses high-pressure tactics the second you drive onto the lot. From selling you a vehicle to servicing a vehicle, Rouse Garage will treat you like you are the only customer. While you're there, check out their state-of-the-art automatic car wash. Rouse Garage, call them at 207-564-3434 or visit them at 191 East Main Street in Dover Foxcroft, Maine.
Ames Chiropractic Wellness Center is a practice that specializes in treating a variety of different conditions. We treat patients daily who suffer from chronic lower back and neck pain, headaches, repetitive stress disorders, work injuries, sports injuries, and more. Dr. Rick and our entire team at Ames Chiropractic are excited to welcome you to our brand new Bangor office located at 43 Longview Drive, right behind Olive Garden. Ames Chiropractic Wellness Center, helping you to naturally feel and be your very best.
Welcome back here to Oaks Field, and we thank you for joining us on the Black Bear Crane halftime show, where right now I'm joined by the cameraman for tonight, but a lot more than that, Mark Callan. And Mark, let's kind of talk about some of the things going on locally and with Eastern Maine Sports and some of the things we have going on.
First of all, I want to say thank you to Foxcroft Academy for having us for all their home games. I mean, great facility. We got a great booth. We got a great setup up here. So thank you to them. And as you mentioned during the broadcast, if Foxcroft wins this game, we'll be back here next Friday night for a semifinal game. A chance, winner of that game will go to the state championship game. So looking forward to that. So that's first of all. We did do some other field hockey games, some soccer games over to Guilford. We did the football game last week. Some technical difficulties, but overall it was great to get out to a school we haven't been to for a year or so. So it was good to be out there. And you mentioned earlier, basketball season's coming up. We're kind of putting together the schedule now, so probably in the next week, maybe two, maybe that will be out. We're gonna have a good around 30 games probably, give or take, a few. So we're looking forward to that. We'll be here. We have a lot of the Foxcroft boys basketball home games. We'll be at Penquist for some games. I'm looking forward to get back out there. Milo Central will be over there. Dexter will have a few dates over there, and Guilford, of course, will be over there, and we might be even in Nokomis for a doubleheader. So we're busy, and I know Zach brings it up during the broadcast, but we're still looking for more sponsors. If you want to be a sponsor for our broadcast, definitely contact me, and we can help you out with that. Obviously I'm biased, but I think it's the best bang for your buck, and we growing page, the YouTube page is just growing, and our Facebook pages too, growing, in a website, easternmainsports.com. Just just we got more material coming. Just follow us, and we'll be there.
Where can the folks reach you if they want to join on as a sponsor, Mark?
EastermainSports@gmail.com. Email me, and I'll get back to you, and we'll can get you on as a sponsor. We have some loyal sponsors that have been with us from the get-go, and others that have joined in the past few years, and thank you to each and every one of them. You see, especially in games like this, you see the commercials a lot, you hear about them, but that's well deserved, and they're there for us during basketball season coming up, and about the winter season too. I'm trying to work it out, but we actually might have a wrestling meet here at Foxcroft Academy. Not set in stone, but we're hoping for December 21st. PCHS, Dexter, and Mackinac could come over here for a wrestling meet. So we'll have the full schedule out, and that will, if that's part of it, we hope it is. That will have that on there. So that's what we got.
I'll cross my fingers with you on that, Mark, because that would be so exciting to add. And we're always looking to cover athletes, and that's kind of the whole point and behind what we do here at Eastern Maine Sports, regardless of what sport they play. And man, it would be a special thing to be able to cover a wrestling meet. So hopefully that all works out. And cross our fingers at home. I want to mention one more thing about the YouTube page. It's free to subscribe. All you need is an account. If you have an account and you have potentially something like a smart TV at home, you can throw us right on the TV and watch us from your own comfort of your own living room. It's easy, convenient, and you'll always be up to date on all the happenings with Eastern Maine Sports. You can even click the bell, and you'll be notified about everything. So,
yeah, and what's better, Zach, than in a cold winter night, you put your feet up and watch a nice basketball game with us on the call.
Hey, you're speaking my language, Mark, but we're a little biased, I'll admit. But all the same, thank you, Mark, for joining on and talking about some of the things and exciting things we have going on here at Eastern Maine Sports and locally. And definitely stay on the lookout for the winter schedule, which is coming. It's coming faster than you'd think. I've said that a few times, but people at home, that will be coming out soon. High school athletes in the local area will be playing basketball before you know it. But with that, we're going to send it to a commercial break. Rejoin you after that. We're going to go over some stats and some happenings from the high school area.
And stop by Kimball Insurance for all your insurance needs. Whether it be auto, home, farm, business, life, or health insurance, we have you covered. Our agents are ready to serve you and help you with your needs. Visit us at Kimball Insurance at 91 Main Street in Sangerville, Maine, online at KimballInsuranceAgency.com, or Facebook to see what we can do for you. Kimball's, your insurance is our business.
Sluggers baseball and softball training offers a variety of classes and leagues to expose you to a wider view of the game. Sluggers leads the way in baseball and softball training with industry-leading technology such as HitTrax that combines a traditional batting cage experience with modern analytics, all from the virtual diamond of your favorite ballpark. Check out Sluggers today on Facebook, schedule online, or call 207-951-2250 to start your journey with the best training staff around. Excellence starts at Sluggers.
Brothers Meats is a family-owned and operated business located in Guilford, Maine. We operate a local retail meat market along with a slaughterhouse, smokehouse, and processing plants. Herring Brothers has all sorts of meats from already pre-cut all the way to cutting it right on the spot for you. Also, while you're there, don't forget to try their wicked good beef jerky that is made right in Guilford, Maine. Call them at 207-876-4395 or visit them at 346 Water Street Monday through Saturday from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. To Ral's Garage in Dover Foxcroft to discover the difference between walking into a local dealership versus a big dealer that uses high-pressure tactics the second you drive onto the lot. From selling you a vehicle to servicing a vehicle, Ral's Garage will treat you like you are the only customer. While you're there, check out their state-of-the-art automatic car wash. Ral's Garage, call them at 207-564-3434 or visit them at 191 East Main Street in Dover Foxcroft, Maine.
Welcome back here at Oaks Field and Foxcroft Academy. We thank you for rejoining us on the Black Bear Crane halftime show. I'm going to pass it off over to Chris Lesnar. And Chris, let's run down some of the stats, maybe some of the things happening in the local area sports.
Yeah, definitely. Let me talk about the first half of this game here first. And did not add up all the statistics as of yet. You'll see those in our recap on eastmainsports.com later on. First half of the Ponies, Cameron Chase a touchdown. Jaden Richard with an interception return for a touchdown and a rushing touchdown. Caden Crocker, 2 touchdowns. Marster, TD run. Marster's also hit 7 of 8 on extra points. Topolsky with a touchdown. Jacob Johnson with a touchdown. And Justin Gibbs with a touchdown. So that recaps the scoring in the first half.
Quite a few names there, Chris.
Yeah, and then the halftime scores. We got some halftime scores and a final score, actually. Let's go to the 8-man division in the South. Yarmouth beat Mount Ararat 20-18. And in the North, MDI at last report was leading Waterville 12-6 at the half. Over in the small schools, it looks like Orono is up on Stearns 35-14 at the half. And Dirigo is ahead of Old Orchard Beach 8-6 in the South. That game's at the half as well. Some other halftime scores. Skowhegan over Lawrence 36-34 and a wild one. Skowhegan tonight. And Coney and Falmouth are tied 21-21 at the halves.
A lot of exciting games from the local area. We had the pleasure of watching Orono take on the Dexter Tigers last week on the channel. You can go back and watch some of that game as well. There were technical issues on that broadcast due to internet, things beyond our control. But the majority of that game is on the channel. That was a fun one to watch. Bob St. Clair has those Red Riots firing on all cylinders now.
Their quarterback, Jack Brewer, he's 2 postseason games with 7 touchdowns in each one. I mean, that's very impressive.
That's special. Quick math, that's 14 total, by the way.
That is 14.
Quick math continues here from the booth. Also going to continue from the booth is the Black Bear Crane halftime show. But before that, we're going to send it to another commercial break. Rejoin you after that. This is the Black Bear Crane halftime show with Eastern Maine Sports.
And stop by Kimball Insurance for all your insurance needs. Whether it be auto, home, farm, business, life, or health insurance, we have you covered. Our agents are ready to serve you and help you with your needs. Visit us at Kimball Insurance at 91 Main Street in Sangerville, Maine, online at KimballInsuranceAgency.com, or visit us on Facebook to see what we can do for you. Kimball's, your insurance is our business.
Sluggers baseball and softball training offers a variety of classes and leagues to expose you to a wider view of the game. Sluggers leads the way in baseball and softball training with industry-leading technology such as HitTrax that combines a traditional batting cage experience with modern analytics, all from the virtual diamond of your favorite ballpark. Check out Sluggers today on Facebook, schedule online, or call 207-951-2250 to start your journey with the best training staff around. Excellence starts at Sluggers.
To Rouse Garage in Dover Foxcroft to discover the difference between walking into a local dealership versus a big dealer that uses high-pressure tactics the second you drive onto the lot. From selling you a vehicle to servicing your vehicle, Rouse Garage will treat you like you are the only customer. While you're there, check out their state-of-the-art automatic car wash. Rouse Garage, call them at 207-564-3434 or visit them at 191 East Main Street in Dover Foxcroft, Maine. And stop by Kimball Insurance for all your insurance needs. Whether it be auto, home, farm, business, life, or health insurance, we have you covered. Our agents are ready to serve you and help you with your needs. Visit us at Kimball Insurance at 91 Main Street in Sangerville, Maine, online at KimballInsuranceAgency.com, or visit us on Facebook to see what we can do for you. Kimball's, your insurance is our business.
Ames Chiropractic Wellness Center is a practice that specializes in treating a variety of different conditions. We treat patients daily who suffer from chronic lower back and neck pain, headaches, repetitive stress disorders, work injuries, sports injuries, and more. Dr. Rick and our entire team at Ames Chiropractic are excited to welcome you to our brand new Bangor office located at 43 Longview Drive, right behind Olive Garden. Ames Chiropractic Wellness Center, helping you to naturally feel and be your very best.
Brothers Meats is a family-owned and operated business located in Guilford, Maine. We operate a local retail meat market along with a slaughterhouse, smokehouse, and processing plants. Herring Brothers has all sorts of meats from already pre-cut all the way to cutting it right on the spot for you. Also, while you're there, don't forget to try their wicked good beef jerky that is made right in Guilford, Maine. Call them at 207-876-4395 or visit them at 346 Water Street Monday through Saturday from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. To Rouse Garage in Dover Foxcroft to discover the difference between walking into a local dealership versus a big dealer that uses high-pressure tactics the second you drive onto the lot. From selling you a vehicle to servicing your vehicle, Rouse Garage will treat you like you are the only customer. While you're there, check out their state-of-the-art automatic car wash. Rowell's Garage, call them at 207-564-3434 or visit them at 191 East Main Street in Dover, Foxcroft, Maine.
Welcome back. Here is the Black Bear Crane halftime show. The Ponies return to the field, so they put a little bit more time on the clock. So we're at 2:25 remaining here at the half. And the score being the way it is, 61-0. Coming out into the second half, there will be running clock. It's an automatic thing in the second half of football games. We were trying to work through what the first half running clock rule was, and we think we worked it out to the understanding of both sides need to agree. And it being a playoff setting, I can understand why one side, wants the clock to be stopped in case there is a chance that they get a couple touchdowns off and a couple quick scores. But either way, the clock's going to be running in this second half, and the Ponies there up in this one, 61-0.
Got a couple more updates here. Herman leading their Class C playoff, 28-20 at the half over Oceanside. And the ones that directly affects this game here tonight, Winthrop Ramblers leading over Poland 14-0 at the half. Another Class D quarterfinal, Lisbon leads John Baptist 41-0 at the end of the third quarter.
Lisbon came down here during a broadcast we had earlier on in the season and had a great run attack against this Ponies squad that led Lisbon to actually end the longest unbeaten streak in the state at the time for the Ponies. Both sides have only gotten better since then. Exactly 1 minute remaining at halftime here. The Ponies are going to get the ball starting this second half. We saw a lot of different names there, as maybe you noticed during the halftime show when we were running down the scores from that first half of action. There were a lot of names and quite a few names that don't always see the playing field. And to their credit, they can play. It's just that this Ponies squad has so many weapons and are so deep.
Another thing, too, is I was giving you some of the scores that I have noticed tonight is our Maine high school football guy, Andrew Hart. He's nowhere to be found. I don't see him on any of the updates or anything like that. So shout out to Andrew Hart. He's happened to be listening to our broadcast tonight. But he gives us a lot of those scoring updates on the website that he runs. So
definitely appreciate
very informational on that website, Maine High School Football.
Yep. Definitely very beneficial for us as well. As that's going to do it for the Black Bear Crane halftime show. The halftime clock has expired. The Bulldogs, they're set out to kick this one away to the Ponies to start this second half of action. Maybe he's going to have a little bit of a quicker feel. We had a very long opening quarter there, Chris. A 50-minute opening quarter of action. Going to be running clocked. Unless the Bulldogs get this one back within a 35-point margin, or under 35 points, so 34 or under. Yeah. Quick math again.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. And Mark just passed along the word that maybe our friend there, Andrew Hart, he's a big hockey fan and goes to a lot of Maine Mariners games. I believe he's a season ticket holder, and I believe the Mariners are home tonight, so that might be where Andrew is.
Exciting.
Yep.
Well, we are here. We are ready for this second half kickoff. First kickoff for the Bulldogs tonight. That one chipped, going to be onside. Great job by the Ponies, able to jump on that. Looks like it was Chase on that far side for the Ponies. Good recognition there, able to understand the situation.
I believe it's number 17 is a new number out there for the Ponies as well. Is that Perry Colton, number 17 for the Ponies? I think that's the first time I've seen him out there tonight.
Yep, and we'll try to always update as we go. We know football sometimes, especially from up here in the booth, not always the easiest to see from up here, but the maroon and white for the Ponies makes it a touch easier. See who's coming in and out.
Griffin Caruso still at quarterback for the Ponies.
This Ponies offense did well with the second unit in there. Nice shovel pass again ahead here. Good run on the far side there.
Cameron Chase.
Actually, it's Aiden Harvey there.
Oh, Harvey, okay.
I thought it was
Looked
for a
like
second,
14.
too. It took him to get up, and then I saw the additional 4 there, Chris. I was right there with you. Chase along with the regular starting unit there. They've been out of the game since late in that first quarter. A first quarter where the Ponies exploded, went up 48-0. Exactly how they wanted to start this one. Because now they lead this one 61-0. Start of the second half. Caruso, handoff inside. Not a gain of much. Few tacklers there. Johnson brought down. I believe it was Griffin Dickey that got involved on the tackle there for the Bulldogs. Caruso out of shotgun here. Oh, mishandled the snap there. Third and 15, maybe more here.
Third and 17, I think.
Third and 17. Good job, Chris. You're better at the quick math this time around than I am. We should make that a segment on the broadcast, quick math. Do some stats with Mark Callen. Try to work the math out. Now, this game sounds bad for me as I started to explain it. I don't think we should do that, Chris. I don't want to look bad. Anyways, getting back to the action here. Third and 17, Caruso trying to get this offense going to start the second half. Topolsky with the handoff, but great defensive play, able to get right through the line. Good read there by this Bulldogs defense, and Spencer Richard broke right through the line, and it's going to bring up the first punt for the Ponies of the night. Gallo. Done a lot of positive things on special teams tonight. Set to kick this one away. Good kick by Gallo over the head of the Bulldogs there. Going to be down. Went after the ball. I actually think that's going to go back to the Ponies.
I don't think they're going to say that Madison, he said the Madison player didn't touch it, but it certainly looked like it from up here. But
that or
they're
maybe,
down there and we're up here. So.
Yeah. Maybe that or he was already on the ground there, Chris.
Yeah, could have been, yeah.
Either way, it looks like it's going to stay with the Bulldogs. Trying to make out who was returning that one. I believe it was Giddens. Clock continues to run here. Just to remind you at home that once it escapes a 35-point margin, the clock automatically runs here in the second half. Both sides making some changes here. Shifting parts, and might see some additional people here in the second half on both sides of the ball. Strout back, shotgun situation, spread offense here. Handoff inside. Good job by this Ponies interior. Great job by the Ponies, able to get into the backfield, force a loss on the play. So after an initial first quarter that was predominantly pass heavy for the Bulldogs, they've sprinkled in a lot of these running plays. And we've seen a few drives tonight where it started to work out in their favor, pick up some yards. I believe they had their first down on their final possession there of the first half, unofficially. Coming out here in a running type situation. Two in the backfield to either side of Strout. Handoff again. Run for Xavier Willis, the senior. Good to see the senior getting involved, and the way it's looking right now with the score being the way it is, could be final game for Willis, and nice to see Willis able to, carry the ball in this one.
Absolutely.
Listed on our sheet at least as an offensive lineman and defensive lineman.
Generally bigger guys, obviously, that play those positions. So definitely a harder man to tackle.
That's for sure. There is a distinct advantage there. As the Bulldogs, they come out in a spread offense here. Pass intended over the middle. Bounced around. Looked like it went off the right shoulder. I believe it was Helinski. Strout, nice pass there. Maybe a touch behind the receiver, but, you know, the lane was there.
Madison's going to punt out of their own end zone here.
Back deep to return is Topolsky.
We're already down to just over 5 minutes left here in the third quarter with that running clock that you had mentioned before.
That one kicked away, takes a kind Bulldog bounce. It's going to get around the 40-yard yard line there. Lost my words. 4:54 remaining here. Ponies, they get the ball back. Previous drive ended in a punt for the Ponies. First one of the night. Seeing different people get into the game for this one, which is one of the things Coach Danny White talked about. Wanted to keep his, he wants to keep all his players healthy, of course, but primarily definitely don't want one of the starters going down with injury here. Caruso under center. Passing situation. That one intended over the middle, broken up there. Good job by Griffin Dickey, able to break that one up.
Of course, with the running clock, it doesn't matter if the pass is incomplete. The clock still continues to run. So.
And it does.
See a lot of moving parts coming in and out, too, like you said. Getting all these kids some experience here in a postseason game on both sides.
Yep, absolutely. And, postseason, any sport is fun, but postseason football has a little bit of a different vibe to it. It's a lot of fun. It's good to be able to see the kids get out there and play. Sweep out to the Pony sideline. A lot of room to work with. Only had to break one tackle, did Landon Smith, but good play there by Aaron Rogers. Thought he was supposed to be in Green Bay, but he's out here in Dover Foxcroft tonight.
And we, as I said it too about next week, if we get to a semifinal, if the scores continue to hold the way they are right now, we would see a rematch here between Winthrop and Foxcroft. And they met in the state game last year. Foxcroft won. Foxcroft won week 1 in overtime by 1 point. So that could be quite a game.
That it was. It was a very exciting early season game here as well. And those two sides, as you've been alluding to, Chris, they have a lot of history. So I would expect a great game. Winthrop still has to handle business on their side of things. And, we still have 2 minutes and a quarter left here. But the way the score is going right now, it's certainly leaning that way. And what an exciting bit of action that would be. Either way, assuming this one stays the way it is, we're going to have that game for you. So definitely watch and wait for next week, next Friday, because we'll have semifinal action here at Foxcroft Academy if the score stays this way.
Lisbon advanced, the number 3 seed. They advanced tonight with a 41-0 win over John Bapst.
Another quality performance by them as Landon Smith just refused to go down. Great run there by Landon Smith, and it's great to see some of these guys that don't always get the recognition they deserve getting in there and getting some quality action in time and making things happen. I mean, Finn Holmes has done a lot of positive things tonight. Jaden Smith, he's running hard. There's a lot of guys out here. Landon Smith, rather, sorry about that. Out here running hard, and Johnson as well. You go down the list, and you've seen a lot of impressive performances out here tonight.
Yeah, they've done well. Even the backups that have come into the game have done a phenomenal job, and that again is the depth the Ponies can show.
That is true. As we approach the final minute of this third quarter, Caruso dives towards the end zone. He's in. Caruso, he adds 6. Increases the lead to 67-0. Advantage Ponies with 52 seconds remaining here in the third quarter.
Good one going down there at Lewiston, like I had mentioned earlier as well. Lewiston up on top of Sanford, 28-27. That game's late in the third quarter. That is I believe that's a Class A matchup, playoff matchup. See who does.
A little bit of some confusion, it looks like, for the Ponies there.
Yeah,
Chris.
I was going to kind of wonder, see what's going on here.
Looks like
they're
they're
2-point conversion.
It appears that way. Caruso, the sweep. Opportunity to get in. 2-point conversion, good. Min Trong in for the end zone there. And with that, the Ponies, they're up 69-0 over the Bulldogs. We're going to take it to a commercial break. You're watching Maine High School football with Eastern Maine Sports.
I truly believe that if you're going to do something better, you got to start by innovating. Think about how to solve for a customer problem in a way that's quicker, different, and more customer-centric. The bank's promise has been fundamentally the same from the beginning till now, and that's ensuring that all that we do is making the lives of our employees, our customers, and the communities better. And it's their better, not what's defined as our better.
Yeah, they do. The live stats track them.
Welcome back here to Oaks Field at Foxcroft Academy. 52 seconds remaining here in this third quarter of action. And it's been all Ponies in this one. And I think it's safe to say, with the running clock, with the way the game is at this point in time, the Ponies, they're going to advance to the semifinal and await the Winthrop-Poland winner here in what could potentially set up another clash between two Titans in Winthrop and Foxcroft Academy.
Yeah, I'll try to get another score update on that Winthrop game and see where that's at. Coney and Thelma 28-28 at the end of the third quarter. Another great game.
A lot of good games going on in the area.
The 17-yard line up to about the 31 for the Madison Bulldogs.
Clock continues to run here with 36 seconds left in this third quarter. There might be one more potential play before this one expires. Depends on how quickly everything gets set here. Either way, it's pretty confident to say this will be the final play of this third quarter.
Dirigo up on top of Old Orchard Beach 16-6. That game's at the end of the third quarter. Winner of that game between Dirigo and OOB, I believe, would play the North Regional winner between Dexter and Stearns. Sorry, not Dexter. Orono and Stearns.
As the third quarter comes to a close, the Ponies, they lead this one 69-0 over the Bulldogs. We're going to take it to the fourth quarter following this commercial break. You're watching Maine High School football with Eastern Maine Sports.
Go and stop by Kimball Insurance for all your insurance needs. Whether it be auto, home, farm, business, life, or health insurance, we have you covered. Our agents are ready to serve you and help you with your needs. Visit us at Kimball Insurance at 91 Main Street in Sangerville, Maine, online at KimballInsuranceAgency.com, or visit us on Facebook to see what we can do for you. Kimball's, your insurance is our business.
Welcome back here to Oaks Field. Fourth quarter set to get underway. 69-0 advantage Ponies in this one. Running clock for the remainder of the game unless the score gets within a 35-point margin.
Nine minutes to go down at Mount Desert Island. Waterville has taken a 14-12 lead over the Trojans. That is the large school 8-man. Lots of good, so many good games to choose from around the state tonight.
That there is, Chris.
I was going to possibly get an Orono update too here. Go ahead and find one.
Oh, an exciting play there. Wide receiver kind of reverse pass. Those plays are both exciting and fun, but good job by the Ponies, able to stay home on it. In coverage was Matt Fillmore.
Last report, the Stearns-Orono game was early in the third quarter, and Orono was up 35-22. That was the last report we had about 10 minutes ago.
Pass here, Stroud over the middle, almost intercepted there. Actually, it might have been Jaden Horton in now, actually, at quarterback.
Number 10, yep.
You know, tonight didn't go Stroud's way, but you saw moments where he has a nice form. There were moments early in the game where the execution was just a bit off, but plays were there. And if you're putting your team in situations like that, you can live with it. And you got to credit the Ponies, just able to make some plays here. As Horton rolled out to his right, pass on the sideline. Conversation, I just wanted to see if they whistled that an interception. They're going to say no. They're going to say it hit the ground there. Incomplete. Gallo and Topolsky set back deep to return. I don't know if we'll see a punt here. Earlier on in the game, we saw a similar situation. There was a conversation going on that far side. Clock continues to run here with the running clock. 9:35 remaining. And, you know, this is kind of what we saw earlier in the game as well. The Bulldogs, they're going to come out and go for it on fourth down. Horton out of shotgun. Going deep. On the sideline, well, originally I thought that pass was going to be a little bit farther than it was. Either way, pass goes incomplete. The Ponies, they're going to take over. And Chris, as this one gets into its later stages, we need to start discussing the Bangor Savings Bank player of the game. And, you know, there are some serious options worthy of that. And, as this game goes on, Chris and I will discuss, you know, who might be fitting. And with a lot of different guys getting out into the action tonight, there's a lot of different options to choose from, Chris, and a lot of players have impacted the game in a positive way.
Yeah. Jaden Crocker has a couple touchdowns. Jaden Richard has a couple touchdowns. So, yeah, there is definitely some options there for sure.
Caruso in a quarterback, trying to get this offense going. Pitch out, that's Landon Smith. Breaks a tackle. You know, he's been a workhorse tonight. Because it's easy to remember the 48-0 start in that first quarter, but people like Finn Holmes and Landon Smith, they've been carrying the ball for a lot of the latter half of this game, and throw Jacob Johnson in there as well. They've been called to do a majority of the running in this game. Give them credit for doing so. Gallo, he checks in. Caruso with Landon Smith to his left. Motion man. Gallo. Toss to him. Ball's on the ground. Battle for it. Looks like the Ponies came away with it. Good job by the Bulldogs. good job by the Bulldogs, able to get into the backfield, make a play, force a loss there. Now, under 7 minutes to play in this one. Ponies looking to get their offense going here. Another missed snap there. That one, I think, came away for the Bulldogs, it looks like. Give the Bulldogs a lot of credit. That was quickly into the backfield.
Second turnover of the night for the Ponies. They had a interception in the first half. Rayfield threw in the end zone. Done a pretty good job throughout the season of taking care of the football, though.
Madison takes over with 6 minutes to play here in the fourth quarter.
As this one starts to wind down, we do want to, yet again, just remind you about next week. We will be back here for semifinal action. Still awaiting score updates from Winthrop, Poland, but we will be back here, Foxcroft Academy, against the winner over there. Horton, the run there. Horton picks up a few there.
Still have not gotten an update in the Winthrop game against Poland. But like you said, Foxcroft is the #1 seed, so the game will be here next week. And that, like I told you earlier too, that that's an equivalent of a regional final. The winner will go to the state game.
Absolutely. And, as this one starts to wind down, Chris, now under 5 minutes left to play, maybe next opportunity we'll run down the scores again and kind of rehash and start to plan for the Bangor Savings Bank player of the game. As we've alluded to, many players have been deserving tonight, as a lot of players have been involved.
Yeah, I feel, I think we could choose from a couple different guys, but
there's a wide variety, but you'll have to stick around to find out who that's going to be.
Yeah.
4 minutes, 19 seconds remaining in this one, as it's been all running clock the second half, and after a very explosive first quarter, especially, scoring kind of died down to going into this second half of action. Second units in for either side.
That first quarter was almost an hour long with all the scoring and all the incomplete passes. So it was a very long quarter of football.
Pass deep there, just over the outstretched arm. Believe that was Lattin, the intended target there. Brings up 4th and 7. We thank you for joining us tonight on Eastern Maine Sports and sticking around for the action with us here. It's been a ton of fun, and we invite you to subscribe to the YouTube channel. That way you can stay up to date with all the games and action we have going on the channel, as well as unfortunately, if there's ever any technical issues, as there's a flag on the far side. Wait for the signal, but before that way, if there are technical issues, you can know where to go to get the content, and that is Eastern Maine Sports Media on YouTube. Offside looked like there, or encroachment, one of those 2 penalties, and it's going to march the Bulldogs forward 5 yards.
Another guy we've seen a lot of tonight is Landon Smith. 107 yards rushing. He could also be one that we could talk about for the player of the game.
Absolutely, as that pass incomplete over the middle. Looked like it was Gallo there who just wasn't able to quite get to it.
I mean, Smith didn't find the end zone, but he was very impactful with his carries throughout the game. So I think we might go with him.
Yeah, I like that pick, Chris. No, I absolutely like that pick. I mean, Landon Smith in especially the second half and late into that second quarter, able to massage this game away, and 100 yards plus on the ground, that's not easy to do. Although the Ponies can make it look easy at times, Landon Smith is going to come away as the Bangor Savings Bank player of the game.
Yeah, and he might not have found the end zone, but he set up other touchdowns for his team. So congratulations to him. Nice game for him tonight.
Well deserved. And you can also see his stats as well as the rest of the stats from both sides tonight in a recap. Or I say tonight, but you will be able to find it on the channel. Or I say channel, the website, the social media channels as well. Now under 140 left in this one. See if the Ponies elect to, at this point they could probably take a few knees and end this one, Chris, or with this second unit if they try to find the end zone. I will say, I have heard at Foxcroft Academy, per tradition, if they have a shutout, believe the coaches have to do push-ups or something of that nature.
Okay.
I'm not sure. I might be speaking myth, but believe there's some type of tradition with that. And if Coach Danny White, if that's not true, I'm not trying to throw you under the bus and make you do push-ups for no reason. I promise. Either way, Caruso, he's going to take a knee here. Looks like they'll only need one more of those, and that will end the action tonight. As the final score from this one, we still have 40 seconds remaining, but both sides agreeing to end this one tonight. Final score from Foxcroft Academy, 69-0, Ponies over the Bulldogs. They advance to semifinal action and await the winner of Winthrop and Poland in what was a dominant performance by the Ponies tonight. The Bangor Savings Bank player of the game goes to Landon Smith, who had over 100 yards rushing on the ground tonight, was a big part of sealing the deal and putting this one away. And we thank you for joining us for the action. Chris, any final updates before we send this one away?
Yeah, I did get a Winthrop update. I did not get a quarter or a time, but Winthrop was winning that game 14-3. One more last update on Orono and Stearns, 41-22 Red Riots. That's in the third quarter.
And they continue their prolific offensive performances. And speaking of Ponies, they win this one 69-0. I've been Zach White, joined by Chris Lesnar on commentary. Mark Callen's been doing the camera. Player of the game, the Bangor Savings Bank player of the game, goes to Landon Smith. We thank you all for joining us. Subscribe for more. We'll be back here next Friday night for semifinal action. Signing off from Eastern Maine